C was proving success on his own, and with his business in order, he couldn't lose. But the reality of that gangster essence was so present in his movement to the point of no return.
Sometimes the people you hang around, they happen to be the people that are responsible, but you in that atmosphere, and sometimes you gotta, when you start getting to a certain level, like the level that you definitely at, you gotta start moving in different places. You can't go to some of the same place and do the same things that you once did.
It used to anger me just seeing him in that situation, so that was the bitter part of it. Just being around him sometimes upset me, because I was always mindful of his situation.
My name is Corey Miller. I was born and raised in New Orleans, and I started rapping 9 years ago with my two brothers, Master P and Silk the Shocker, and that's how No Limit Records became the big entity that it is today.
My name is C Murder, we're getting respected. I got one up in the chamber already shake that.
Rapper, actor, and author Corey Miller, better known to the world as C Murder, was born March 9, 1971 in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was raised in the courtyards of the notorious Callio Projects, Old Side. At a time, the city's homicide rate had taken off, and the NO was nearing #1 for the murder capital of the world. He attended St. Monica Catholic School and was raised in a tight-knit family with 3 brothers and 1 sister. And although he had the love and support he needed inside the house, it was the courtways and influences outside the house that made the biggest impact on his life.
I see everything go down in the Callio, you heard me? Crime, getting killed, drug sales.
They said I'm hopeless and I never make it. They doubted, call me an outcast because I'm about it.
C Murder hit the national rap scene in the mid-1990s as a member of the rap trio True, the Real Untouchables. His older brother Master P was a hustling genius who got his music business street degree in Richmond, California, where he formed the first edition of the rap group True. Originally, the group consisted of 9 members, including Master P, Silk the Shocker, and C Murder. But after receiving extensive backing from Priority Records, P broke the group down to just himself, C, and Silk, started No Limit Records, and moved back to New Orleans, where he began to sign new talent. P's ability to hustle on a higher level was rare, and by following the blueprint of the rap god J Prince and acquiring the talents of Beats by the Pound, Master P built the No Limit empire and began his industry takeover.
In these streets, anything goes. My cousin in the pen hitting and I ain't getting swole.
While P was creating his lane as a musical general, younger brother C Murder was creating his own lane as a street general. C was considered rap royalty and was the heir to the No Limit empire, which naturally gave him love throughout the city. But it was his prior relationship with the streets of Central City, New Orleans that also made him feared and in some ways made him a target.
Right now, it's the CP3, Callio Project, Third Wall, Peep Gang.
Police say it's getting better, but this is still one of the most violent places in the country. Callio Projects.
Callio, throw up your hood and represent. Here we go. Callio.
During the mid-1990s, the Callio was labeled the most dangerous neighborhood in all the U.S., and C Murder was a product of it.
But it's just me, I can't change it. I just gotta do this, man. I just gotta be straight up, do me, be me. And plus, you bucked on me, I'ma buck back. And that's what they know too, you heard me?
To the world, he was Master P's little brother, but in New Orleans, he was the epitome of the Callio and was loved and embraced by almost everyone. Even as a millionaire and a made man, C still found the time to not only give back to the community, but to actually spend time with the people.
I see that in the seat. You used to chill in the car with me when I was little, you heard me? You know what I'm saying?
Off that straight from the project.
Yes,
you
man.
Only nigga who from the yo who rap the hood is C. You hear me? Much love to my dog C, you hear me?
Before he was a rapper, he was thorough in the streets of New Orleans and was affiliated with some of the city's top rap artists as well as some of the city's most notorious figures. He was a big dog amongst big dogs and was highly respected as such. He's a product of the Glenn Metz era and was heavy in the mix of the generation that followed. The era of the Porch Boys, the Cut Boys, the Hanktons, the Dooney Boys, Soulja Slim, BG, and anybody who was somebody in a real way, C was associated.
Porch Boys over here. All they do is shoot dice over here on the porch.
With his loyalty split between his music career and the streets, he kept a foot in each one as the No Limit tank rose to the top of the game.
No limit, or should I say the army? I feel like Kenneth thing home.
From the start of the mid-90s, C Murder had been featured on numerous No Limit releases, but on March 17, 1998, the label released his debut album titled Life or Death.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody ain't gonna believe in you. So I say, when I get on the track, I murder the track.
Started off as a street thug, just was hanging and thugging. 89, I went to jail for drugging and mugging.
Life or Debt made it to number 3 on the US Billboard 200 with 197,000 copies sold in its first week alone, and soon after went certified platinum. In 1999, No Limit released his second solo album titled Bossellini, which made it to number 2 on the Billboard's 200, selling more than 175,000 units in his first week, but fell just short of going platinum.
It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going up, I keep from going under.
Although Bossellini didn't top his first album in sales, it stayed on the charts for 11 weeks straight, weighing in at certified gold. Success was great for the Calliope native, but it wasn't until his third album titled Trapped in Crime that he would become a household name.
It's the world's most dangerous crew. True Records, my crew stay behind bars. We ghetto superstars.
Trapped in Crime contained C's biggest and most well-known single to date, Down for My Skin, which featured Snoop Dogg and Magic.
Everywhere I go, I got Mr. Magic there, because I know that boy don't care.
In 2001, C started on his next record, but this time he wouldn't need a beat because this record was actually attached to attempt murder. While trying to enter a Baton Rouge nightclub, C was stopped by a security guard who told him he couldn't enter without being searched. C then signaled for the manager, who wasn't trying to hear it, so instead of just leaving, he drew a pistol from his waistband and attempted to fire a shot inside the club, but the gun jammed. C and his crew left the club that night, but was later arrested on a warrant for 2 counts of attempt first-degree murder and 1 count of illegal use of a weapon. He was released on a $100,000 bail while awaiting trial.
Even us as a family, I love my brother. Looking at him and looking at his life, it's like everybody's life is an example for us.
In the eyes of Master P, C was out of control, and like a big brother should, P tried schooling him on separating the streets from his career, but C was too far in his own lane at 1,000 miles per hour and couldn't hear it. Instead of separating the two, he welcomed the street element into his career by resolving his issues with violence and surrounding himself with some of New Orleans' most dangerous. On October 23, 2001, C Murder dropped his last album with No Limit titled CP3.com, which charted at number 45 on the Billboard 200 and would go on to sell only 260,000 copies in all.
CP3.com, that's my new record in stores now. Go get it. Video is slamming.
Work the meal plus 20 more, and still you catch me in the project by the liquor store.
C Murder was the embodiment of the rap group True, and although Master P was the general, from his subject matter to his rap flow, C easily stood out as a frontman, and in 2001 started True Records, but later changed the name to Bossellini Records and signed the Ninth Ward native by the name of Magic.
Easy, I struggle to get in this position. Taking my people out the ghetto was my only mission.
You know, this True Records, I'm doing my thing, and y'all catching everything, how I feel, how I look at things, my point of view.
C had True Records, Soulja Slim had Cutthroat Committee, and BG had Chopper City Records. 3 independent music conglomerates who were all under the same social umbrella and were all collaborating in their movement to take over the game. And although they were rappers, they were all heavily associated with real New Orleans gangster activity, and you could hear it in their music.
I let it down at that blocker, constantly in block, to blocks, don't fuck with me.
6 years the elder to Soulja Slim and 9 years the elder to BG, C Murder was the OG in the circle and had the strongest movement at the time. Just like his older brother, C was a powerful businessman and had several business ventures going at the same time as his True record label. In 2004, C started True Publishing, and in 2006 he released his first book titled Death Around the Corner, which he published through his own company.
Why do you think this is a good idea, man, to connect hip-hop with the books?
Because, I mean, a lot of the guys that's in hip-hop, you know, I mean, they need to better the education and stuff like that. And I think this is a good way to bring them in and make them interested, you know what I'm saying?
C was proving success on his own, and with his business in order, he couldn't lose. But the reality of that gangster essence was so present in his movement to the point of no return.
Sometimes the people you hang around, they happen to be the people that are responsible, but you in that atmosphere, and sometimes you gotta, when you start getting to a certain level, like the level that you definitely at, you gotta start moving in different places. You can't go to some of the same place and do the same things that you once did.
On the night of January 12, 2002 at the Platinum nightclub in Harvey, Louisiana, the lifestyle led by C had caught up to him in the worst way. A 16-year-old young man was shot and killed outside the nightclub. The incident made national news, and C was now in the hot seat.
A jury found Corey Miller guilty of second-degree murder.
He was facing 50 years to life, and on the last trial date he was found guilty of first-degree murder and has been in Louisiana State Prison ever since.
Now all y'all done heard of me. Now I'm C Murder, I done things y'all ain't never heard of.
Shout out to C Murder, man. Nigga told me, Boosie, it's your time, nigga. Nigga say, come on, get that money. Nigga say, take care of them churn who come see you. Nigga, that what C told me. Nigga say, you know who 100 now. Go get your sack. That what that nigga told me. I ain't gonna leave that nigga. Man, I swear, dog.
Give me a call when it's time to bang up, and I'm there before the phone hang up.
At the time that we were in prison together, C earned his favor through helping. He was an orderly on a tier full of sick and infirmed guys. So C was taking care of a lot of those older guys who had medical problems, you know what I mean? And so through doing that, he earned his favor in the prison, within the system, you know what I mean? And so...
Say, bro, that's really his heart, huh? That's really who C is, huh?
That is when you really got a chance to see who he was, bro. He was, that shined through, you know what I mean? And they loved him. They love him, man. Those guys loved C because he always looked out for them. He had like a little network of older guys who used to tell him, dude ain't got nothing, or this one ain't got nothing. And he used to look out for him. You know what I'm saying? So just knowing that he was doing all of that, you know, it just made me proud of him, but also angry because I'm like, man, my dude don't need to be here, man. If anybody is naive enough to expect C murder, you know what I mean? Then they clearly don't understand Corey.